Boats Unlimited, your authorized Mercury Platinum dealer in Baton Rouge. Plant Machine Works Incorporated. And Topley and Topley Welding Supply present Cajun Quest, the Louisiana Fishing Show. Fishing for catfish with my dad has been some of the most wonderful times of my life. It was such fun, and sharing the video with you was the topper. It breaks my heart to tell you that Dad passed away August 13th. This show is a tribute to my beloved father. I'll never meet anyone again with such a loving heart and kind soul. He enjoyed life to the last minute, and I'll treasure his memories forever. This one's for you, Dad. Trips to my hometown of Simsport will never be the same again. I'll never be able to cross the Atchafalaya River without looking down and expecting to see Daddy in his boat fishing his trot lines. Daddy loved his town, and the people of Simsport loved him dearly. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank everyone for the beautiful flowers and words of comfort from so many fine people. I promise to answer your emails when I pull myself together. I know Dad is in heaven with Mom and is staking out a fishing hole with his best friend, Man. My dad loved his country and served with pride in World War II. His stories kept me on the edge of my seat, and my daughters love to hear them also. My stories to my grandchildren will also include their pawpaw and are sure to make them laugh. My life is richer for having the father that I did. My love and memories of him and my sweet mother will always get me through the rough spots in life. Thanks, Dad, for being such a wonderful father and pawpaw. We all love you and miss you terribly. This show is a celebration of your life.
Okay. Number one line. Lately, we've been having quite a bit of trash because the water rising and falling. Main line here. Goes out toward the middle. I feel a fish already.
How about that?
I like to get on my knees. I do this for fun. I'm very careful. Feel that line.
Oh, I know.
Pull on. You feel the fish?
Yep, sure do. He's
All right.
giving a little tug. And that's pulling like a catfish. Ain't pulling like a goop.
No, I think that's a good Mike. Get my crawfish in there. Every once in a while I don't have enough to bait all the line.
There's the bait we're using.
Yeah.
And they smell rank.
Well, you got some dead ones in there. Dead crawfish. Just gonna bait a few.
All it takes is a little flip of that line to get that trash off of there. Now that's one of your first anchor right here.
First, there's a little cat.
Little cat.
Look at your line whipping, Mike. That's a goo up there. Might be a big cat. I don't know.
Yeah, but you remember the last time we were here, you thought they were goo and they turned out to be in. You want to let this one go?
Yeah, you can let him go.
Look at that worm on his fin right there.
That's a leech, isn't it?
Leech, yeah.
Okay, now that's coming up.
Big goo.
Better known as a drum.
Freshwater drum.
And they're real clean fish. Good fish to eat and strong.
They make a great coubillon.
Yeah.
You want to go ahead and sit on the chair, Dave, so we can might get one on the...
Another one coming up. Give me a crawfish back. Hook him, see here? Always hook your crawfish here. Don't go into the main body. It'll live for 2-3 days if the fish don't get it.
Another goo.
There's nothing behind it.
Gonna be a goo day.
Oh, that's a big one over there. I had one on here yesterday. I know it would have went 20 pounds.
Remember that red gravy Mommy used to make with them?
Yeah. We still make it.
Oh, she could make it though. You had to be careful of the bones. But Lord, it was delicious. Crawfish?
Yeah.
Now usually Dad has my nephew with him, Daniel. He works as his deckhand, but Daniel couldn't make the trip with us today. We'll probably see him a little later. We're gonna stop at coffee at Dan's.
Yeah.
Dan's restaurant is right at the foot of the bridge in Simsport, and that's Daddy's watering hole. Stop there to get coffee. Another big goo. Need a net. That's a hoss there, Jack.
Give it to me. Get right on the wood. Get him.
Got it. That's a hoss there, Jack. You talk about hit artificial bait, make you feel like you got a world record bass. Yeah, I got it.
That's the Tony's fish.
It's all right.
Now you're changing.
The Atchafalaya River. The river's been coming up. Before the river started coming up, Daddy was catching a lot of catfish.
Yeah.
And that's what we had come out here before, come out here intentionally to catch. But Daddy likes to catch these goo also. And we might just get Chef Katie to make you a good red gravy with it. One of these lines probably gonna have some catfish on it. Dad, you had this line tied to the tree over here?
No, there's two over there.
Okay, yeah, that's right. The current pulls way down.
See how this line turns?
Got a loop.
It makes what we call a belly.
Yeah.
That's what the fish use to bite. They will not hardly bite parallel to the river.
But you had the line tied to the tree there.
So you see it hanging?
Yeah.
See it there going to the jug?
And you brought it way out here and tied a big heavy rock
And dropped
dropped it down. And in between you had those little spikes, those railroad spikes as an anchor.
You want to spike about every 7 hooks. Put a spike. Because the catfish feeds on the bottom.
Apparently goo do too.
Yeah, they're pretty good at that too. And you got to have it on the bottom.
Well, and you're going to have a belly in this line out here as strong as this current is. If you tried to make it go straight out, the current's going to make its own belly in the line. It'll probably end up pushing the rock down a little
You
way.
see, too much current ain't good.
Yeah.
Fish, you catch them, but they can pull off so easy.
Yeah.
The more slack you have in the line, the better.
So we're going to move on to the next one.
Next line.
And they're all going to be jugs tied to trees like this today?
Yeah.
Because sometimes we have an anchor line that's an anchor on one end and an anchor on the other end.
Yeah. There's one line I have just tied to the tree with no jug, but I know where it's at.
Okay. Well, let's move on to the next one.
You gonna drive to the next
Yeah,
one?
I'll drive us to the next one.
Put the lid on that, Mike.
All right.
Sit down.
Moving on to the next jug. I roamed these woods a many a day as a youngster. These waters too. There's not many of them out here that we didn't fish as kids.
This is the size crawfish is the best. This size here, anything bigger, a fish don't like them.
And they don't last as long on the line when
Why?
they're big.
No, they don't last so long, but this is the size you need to fish. Catfish and goo.
Now, where you been getting those baits, Dad?
I've been dipping them out of a canal back there, at Yellowbine, but they're running out. Everything drying up. It's too dry. We need some rain. Mike, leave your motor running. You might have to put it in reverse for me. Okay, reverse, Mike. Okay. That's one got over here. Another, see, that's a twist off. See how that fish twisted that hook on that line? That's one way they got of getting off. I'll feel a little one.
You remember that last show we did, that big catfish that had those half hitches all around his face?
Let me tell you what happened to me last week. I ran the next line. There was about a 6-pound yellow cat. It swallowed about a half-pound catfish. The yellow cat wasn't hooked at all. It's just the fish inside him.
Too big?
And that's why he got caught.
He tried to bite off more than he could chew, in other words.
I think you got him.
No, there's one right there.
It's pretty
Gaspagoo.
You don't have to go get now, Mike. We can put him when I'm through running. Just leave him here until I'm through running. No.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at all if Kevin got a good recipe for them things.
When my grandson runs the line, he feed a fish.
Like a catfish, huh?
That's a cat.
No, it was just white like a
And my
catfish.
grandson runs the line. Paul, I got a fish. How much it weighs? Well, let me see it anyway. Crawfish and shrimp and get them.
They do like those crawfish. We catch them in the Atchafalaya Basin all the time on spinner baits and crank baits. Yeah. I caught one in Lake Verret the other day on a jig and pig. I thought I had about a 10-pound bass. It was about an 8-pound goop.
There's a broken hook. The fish broke the bass.
Yeah, look at that. You thinking fish don't have some power? They get to twisting down there and they twist the hook.
I don't know, but it's a big one.
Got a lot of pull-offs.
This is one that messed up this line like this. I never could get it loose. You see how it's messed up?
It looks like it's through the line.
The whole thing. I got a fish on that too. Big cat.
Need the net?
No. This is, I get it.
There you go. That's our bait, our fish at target there. You want to make sure you handle these catfish good. Watch it. I don't want to. You want to grab that catfish like that underneath the fins, because these fins right here can hurt you. They've got barbs. They got barbs on the fin. Once you get them in your flesh, it's hard to pull out again because it's just like having a hook in your flesh. And this top fin is the same thing, and it's full of bacteria, and it can get infected real easily. So be very careful when you're handling a catfish like this. That's a little blue cat. Should have brought my amazing green rag with me.
Huh. Threw the rag on.
Well, that rag that I gave you is great for doing this.
Oh, that's what you, for the boat?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I got one right here in the camera bag. Let me show you how good that thing works. It cleans anything, Daddy. Now wipe your hands with that and seal it. It's resealable. You open down here, and you can put it back in there. And wipe your hands real good with that.
Oh, that's a soft rag.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's major stuff.
It even takes the fish smell off of your hands.
Real good.
It even takes, and it's not, there's no chemical or anything in it, it's just a rag. It takes the fish smell, crawfish smell, off your hands.
That line is from the limb to this jug. There's the outside part right here. I had it from here going out. The water came up.
Oh, this is it here? That's it there?
Oh, that's it through. That's it there. I I had to reverse it. The current was too swift outside. I brought it back to the beach.
Just tied this tree, I don't see a jug.
No, just let in. Come on. Slow. Leave your motor running, man. Just like that. Back up. Back up. Back up a little. Okay.
So you didn't even have a jug on this one, it's just tied to the limb.
No, I know where it's tied
Yeah.
to, and if I have to, I can catch it at the jugs over there too.
Well, that's your end marker over
This
there.
is to keep it down in the water so the other boats, small boats, don't grab it. I got it. And the rest of them are to on the ground. Something wiggling here. Get the boat straightened out.
Good catch.
Oh, that's easy.
He wasn't on there much longer.
No. You see, by raising late like that in the morning, you lose some fish. I usually come at daylight.
Like you got another one on there. Might be an anchor I saw
I
though.
don't feel it. Yeah, there's one on there. Feel like a goo though.
Have a little cat. Those like that are the perfect size.
Yeah, they're, I call them pan size, fry, whole.
Mm-hmm. Just skin them and fry them, the whole thing.
Well, I'm scared he's getting me. You talk about hurt.
Yeah, but you ain't as scared as I was that day you were throwing them big catfish around my bare legs in that boat.
Yeah, but there's not as much danger with a big fish.
Yeah, tell my legs that. Them fish were flopping around on the bottom of that boat. It was like torpedoes bouncing around.
Well, we did good that day, huh?
Boy, did we.
Another one here, I don't know what. I hope it's a cat.
Good.
Move. It's stuck in with the hook. Yeah.
Another good. Hey, I'd like to know how many tons of fish have been shipped out of Singapore.
How many times? I guess so.
Fossil Decor had a world record in boxcars of fish shipped out of his fish market in Singapore during World War II.
Since the 20s, he had that. It kept Singapore alive, too.
During the Depression?
Yes, sir. Look at the trash here. When you see that, you ain't gonna catch fish. But there's one on there anyway.
You might have been eating the salad.
I don't see any tomatoes.
How about some hush puppies? You see any of that? Big goo. Need a net.
But you don't have a kind of rope. You got a tough rope.
I think so.
Don't miss it. I'm close. I got it.
No, it's people to believe, but I was doing this when I was 7 and 8 years old with Calvin.
My grandson too, Mikey. He done it at 8 years old. Of course, he was big as a man. Lord.
At 8 years old, he weighed 210 pounds.
Yeah, he was big. He had his own line. He was running. Oh, this is heavy. I hope it ain't trash. hope it's fish.
I do too.
I feel one already.
We want some catfish.
Now this is pretty good at catching cats. You see, you got to allow enough lead and the jug slide for it to hit the bottom your closest hooks. You must have got off, Mike.
Huh?
You must have got off. I'm feeling it. Yeah.
You still there? Pull in right there.
So please.
Big two.
Getting tired of reading these blues. That.
You up in there with all the salad. That's a better sized cat there. I'm gonna try not to.
Stop first.
If that goo would stop, he'd stop. Tugging like a goo.
No, the kind you like.
Oh yeah, that's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for. That's a beautiful cat there. He's been on there a while too. You can tell by the damage to his mouth. Yeah. But he's the hardest ones to handle because that's a chunk there. Probably about 5, 6. Nowadays you catch mostly blue cats. Back in those days, we catch an equal amount of yellow cat with the blue cat.
You know why?
Know why?
There's not as many.
That's why.
Yeah.
That's why. And that's my father,
as
folks.
many.
You don't catch as many yellow cats because there's not as many. My dad could always make me laugh. Till we meet again, Dad.